at 888-545-9282. Your state, your home, your voice. Jersey Central with Bert Barron.
That's a lovely accent you have. New Jersey?
On the new Talk Radio 1450 WCTC.
It is 8:08. Welcome to hour number 3 of Jersey Central on the new Talk Radio 1450 WCTC, the voice of Central Jersey. Great to have you with us here on this Monday morning. Our number 732-545-9282 or toll free at 888-545-9282. Well, let me welcome in my special guest who is going to be with me here for the 8 o'clock hour. Had the opportunity to meeting her, I guess it was sometime over the summer, over at the fall, during the fall at an event that I was attending. And she says, "Did you know that I Miss New Jersey International 2015? I said, "Well, I know now, and we got to get you on the air." So it took us a couple of months to kind of get our schedules kind of synced up, and I'm glad that we did. And let me welcome Abbey O'Connor, who is here, and she is the reigning Miss New Jersey International 2015. Good morning, Abbey. How are you?
Good morning. I'm good. How are you?
Wonderful to see you, and we finally got you here.
Finally, it took a little while.
So let's meet you. What do we need to know about Abbey O'Connor? Central Jersey girl, right?
I am. I'm from Colonia, New Jersey, so in the Woodbridge Township area.
Nice.
I'm 23, even though everybody thinks I'm about 18, so that's kind of good in a way.
You know, that's what I thought when I went to the lobby. I'm like, okay, her little sister is here. Now, where is she? So, but that's you.
Nope, that's just me. I'm a graduate of Kane University. Graduated with my bachelor's in English in May 2014, so finally college grad. Yay.
Good for you.
Yeah, and I also graduated from JFK High School, which is in Island. So I've pretty much lived in Woodbridge my entire life.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Awesome. And here you are now as Miss New Jersey International 2015. Talk about how that gets started. Did people kind of say, oh, you should be in a beauty pageant, or is it something that you kind of started?
Believe it or not, I was really bored 3 a.m. one morning when I entered my first pageant because I figured, oh, what the heck, I'm not going to actually get in. And next thing I know, I got the call from the lady for the Miss Universe organization, and she's like, oh, hi, we just wanted to interview you and see if you could be a contestant for Miss New Jersey USA, because that was my first pageant, and I was sitting there like, what are you talking about? I thought it was a joke. Like, I thought one of my friends was pranking me. And then did that one, ended up loving pageants, did another pageant, and got first runner-up there, so I was like, hey, might as well keep going, eventually I'll win.
Yeah.
And then my friend Allison approached me, and she was like, hey, like, why don't you do Miss New Jersey International pageant, because she got crowned the year before I did. And I talked to Jody and Scott Cessna, who are my directors, and they have you go through an application process where you fill out the application, and then Jody calls you. You go through like a 45-minute interview on the phone.
Wow.
And then after that, she decides if you're pretty much worthy or not to be in the pageant, which luckily for me, I was. And then after that, what did she do? Oh, and then I picked my local title, so I was Miss Colonia International for about 6 months before the state pageant.
Not a bad honor.
No, not too bad. A lot of people were like, but there's already a Miss Colonia. I'm like, I'm not the one you're thinking of. And during that time, I did a lot of walks with the Breast Cancer Foundation, Susan G. Komen, all that.
Good.
And then competed for a state title in March and ended up almost being on the floor when I won because I was in complete shock. So
good for you. I noticed I've talked to a couple of pageant winners over the years, and none of them seem to think they're good enough to win. Is it just an insecurity thing that kind of comes along with it, Abbey? I don't know why when they say, well, I didn't think I was going to win, but it's like, you're beautiful. How could you not win? So is it just an inherent insecurity for you?
Pretty much. Since I had lost so many before, I was just like, oh, like, I'm not going to get it this time. And I was also competing against my friend Lindsay. So I wanted her to win because we came to the mutual agreement, well, one of us needs to win, and we'll pick the other one up off the floor when it happens.
That's fair.
She pretty much did that for me because we were standing in a circle holding hands, and they called my name, and I pretty much just blacked out after that because I was just in complete shock. Like, they were like, get up, get up. I was like, what are you talking about? Yeah, they kind of had to like push me forward.
Well, great for you. Where did all this happen? Was this Atlantic City or where was it?
No, Atlantic City is Miss America. We were at the East Brunswick Community Arts Center.
Okay.
Yeah, so we were down there for the whole weekend. We had orientation that Friday, and then Saturday we did our judges interviews, and then we had rehearsal all day, and then we put on the show that night.
Very nice. And you competed against young women from all over the state for this honor, right?
Yeah, I think there was 5 or 6 in my division because it's not really that big of a pageant until you get to the international level when I went to Jacksonville, Florida in July. But I think there was like 5 or 6 in my division. I think maybe 7 most. I think the Mrs. division had about 8 people, and the teen division I think only had 3.
Okay.
So it was a smaller pageant, but when you win, you get to be the state representative at the Miss International pageant, and I think there was about 50 of us there.
Nice.
Yeah. So
hey, but even finishing second or third in a beauty pageant ain't so bad, right? I mean,
No.
You're obviously surrounded by very talented and very beautiful women.
Oh,
So
yeah.
why not, right?
I literally got to the international pageant in Jacksonville, and I was like, what am I doing here? I was like, my judges must have been really tired when they tallied up the votes because I was just in complete shock. I was
Oh,
like, there's so many beautiful girls here. It was ridiculous.
does the Jersey thing kick in at some point where you say, "Oh, I got this. I can beat these people"?
I had to curve my Jersey a lot when I was in Florida. My mom's like, behave. And I was just like, I'll be fine. Because, Jersey people are known for their attitudes.
Just a little bit,
Which I have a very large one.
Good for you. Never
Yeah.
lose that.
Oh, no.
Always
no.
hang on to that.
It's always going to stick around.
Good
but,
for you.
yeah, I had to curb that a lot when I was down there.
That's okay. Well, congratulations.
Thank
and
you.
You get to wear the tiara and the sash for another month or so?
Yeah, I give up my title February 27th, sadly.
Okay.
I already told my directors if I didn't like the girl that I was going to take the 2016 banner and go back to Jacksonville, and she laughed at me, so I guess that got shot down.
I guess. But good for
Yeah.
you. And you talked about you had done some things with some Coleman walks and some other events. You have a platform, obviously, of a
Yeah.
message that you kind of spread across the state. What does Abbey O'Connor represent?
Well, I represent cancer awareness and prevention. My aunt on my father's side was actually originally a cancer survivor, but then she ended up getting liver cancer, which eventually she ended up dying from.
Sure.
So when we had to pick a platform for this, I was just like, oh, well, let me do something in her honor, not thinking it would actually get me anywhere. My mom's actually convinced that when I did my onstage question that my aunt was talking through my mouth because I don't know where any of it came from. I was just like, oh, wow, that actually sounded good. I'm like, I don't know how I said that, though. But I did a lot of work with the Hugs for Brady Foundation.
Where
which
we
is-
met, sure.
Yeah, that's where we met. My job, the Palace, has been very supportive. They've been putting my stuff out there. And then I've also done a lot of work with Robert Wood Johnson University Hospital Blood Services.
Great.
Actually just did the Gift of Life blood drive with them last week, right before Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
That was a lot of fun. So I'm actually doing another event with them the week before I give up my title, the Sickle Cell event with
Yes,
Devin and
okay.
Jason McCourty. So I'll be at that. I'm super excited because I get to meet Devin and Jason again. I actually met them a couple years ago at a wedding at my job.
Wow.
Yeah, so I'm going to show them the picture and be like, hey, do you remember me?
And one of them still plays for the Patriots, right?
Yes, Devin does.
And I know you're a Patriots fan, but
Yeah, sorry, New
it's
Jersey.
So
Don't-
sorry about your loss yesterday.
It really wasn't that bad. I couldn't get too mad about it. I mean, we still have the AFC East championship.
Rub it in
and-
while you're here. Why don't you?
Oh, I have to. And
I guess when you're the best, it's not bragging if you can do it, right?
well,
So
technically we're not because Carolina was undefeated up until yesterday, so it'll
that's
happen.
all right. All right. Well, it's okay. Well, thank you for it. It's a jet win, so we're
It
gonna.
was a jet
I'll
win. It was
enjoy
a
this
good
for a
jet
minute.
win, I'll admit.
I know. See you in the playoffs, and we'll see what happens
Yep.
then. I know. Abby O'Connor is here. She is Miss New Jersey International 2015. If you'd like to say hello to her, 732-545-9282 or 888-545-9282. We'll continue our talk with her coming up. Jersey Central traffic and weather time, 8:16.